Welcome back to Whatcha Reading. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Joy.
We're just going to jump right into what we're reading. Technically, I'm not reading anything because I just finished The Ministry of Time by, I think it's Callie-Ann Bradley. I just finished it on my way here.
Oh my goodness, look at you.
I would give it like a 3.5.
Oh, really?
It was good, but it wasn't great.
Oh.
You know, it was one of those that I don't think I would have ever picked it up. But I don't know if this is her debut or not, but she's from London, like British.
Oh, man.
And
You don't like the British?
well, there's just some awkward things in there. And I think
That's British for you.
well, the guy's from 1847.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think it was meant to be like that, but I was also kind of like like I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But there was some like laughable moments, you know, trying to figure out like how electricity and washing machines and things like that function.
That's cool.
So that's why I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I personally don't care how it functions as long as it actually functions. So
Yeah, but like you're going from the Victorian 1847 to like how does a bike work? You know,
wheels and
in the
moving.
logistics, and like
Wow.
he
That's
has to
a lot.
learn about tragedies,
Oh.
you know, like Auschwitz.
Oh.
And he was like, what the heck is that? And then she's like, boy, let me tell you.
Oh, that's
So it's
awful.
like a very
Yeah.
rude awakening.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, oh, dang.
That kind
really
of stinks.
sucks.
I would hate to have
But-
to explain that to somebody. You know?
Yeah. But overall,
it's
I think it was very interesting.
Good.
So
Cool. Well, I actually am currently reading a few books. I'll just mention 2, though.
only a few.
Only a few. I'm currently reading The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I know it's like way outside of my comfort zone, but like I told myself that this year would be the year that I'd finally read it, because I've started it like multiple times, and I always get stuck at the freaking tree part where he describes a tree for like 40 pages.
You need
And then
the, are you reading the unabridged one?
I'm reading the unabridged, but I'm doing the audio this time.
That's probably
I
better.
always tried to do the print because I was like, well, it's a classic, it should be read, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not doing that again. I'm just gonna listen to it. Hopefully.
Just read it. Just get
yeah,
through it.
yeah. I need to say that I've at least read it once, and then I could say, like, if I hate it, then I can finally say, oh, I've read it and I hated it. So
And here's
instead of
why.
saying, oh, I hate, yeah, exactly, and here's why. Instead of just saying, oh, I hate it, but then having no legs to stand on.
Right.
Because I've literally never read it. So yeah, that one's, I think it's gonna be good. It's my first, like, classic fiction novel kind of thing. I've read other classics, but this one is, like, very, classic fantasy. The first one I've
Yeah.
ever really read that was classic fantasy. So, and then the other book I've currently been reading is The Midnight Library, and she's laughing because this was a book club book from like 3 months ago. And I got like it was August. I got like halfway through it. And I never finished it because I just got busy. But, like, I absolutely still hate this book so much. Absolutely hate it. It's, like, the most depresso book
But
ever.
it's so popular.
I don't know why
And
it's
like
so popular.
other books reference that.
Yes.
book.
I don't
Like,
know
oh, she was
why.
reading The Midnight
Well,
Library.
this girl basically is just, like, she's the worst. Everyone around her is the worst. She hates herself. She kind of, like, unalives herself. And ends up at this library where basically she can, like, redo her life and, like, choose different ways of basically, like, different regrets that she has. She can, like, try different lives without having those regrets. And I like the concept, but the execution, I believe, was very poor.
It was poor.
So far. I haven't finished it yet. I'm 70% through. But, still don't like it very much, but I'm gonna finish it at some point.
Right.
One of my pet peeves, though, about, like, literary novels like that, the literary novels are, like, ones that have a lesson behind it. They have a moral, like, they want you to, like, come away with a certain idea about this book and about life kind of thing. But one of my pet peeves is when they tell you exactly what they want you to, like, come away with from the book. I just don't think that's good writing when they say, oh yeah, this is what this book is about.
Right. Well, they
Like-
don't want you to miss the point.
Yeah.
But like, if your writing was actually good, we wouldn't miss the point.
Exactly. If you were such a good author, I would be able to see the lesson through the way that the character views things, the events that are happening around it, the emotions the character is feeling. Like, you should be able to communicate that through just your writing style and not through yes, someone like randomly tells you all that this book is about and how I should believe it. No, I want to come to that conclusion by myself. So,
Right.
anyways, that is one of my pet peeves. So far, I'm thinking this book is going to be like a 2 out of 5, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe if the ending changes a lot of things, it might go up, but
Maybe.
most likely no.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's it with what I'm reading currently.
Oh, so I've recently read The X by Frida McFadden. I kind of took like a little break because I put them all on hold on Libby, and they were all several months wait. Well, it's been several months, and they're all showing up just in time for spooky season.
Yes.
So,
Excellent.
you know, I can kind of get the gist of her books by now because I've only read like all of them. So I won't put that against her.
Yeah.
You know, like me guessing and me getting it and
Yeah.
not getting that shock factor anymore.
Yeah.
It's just because I've been here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I also read A Language of Dragons.
Oh, was that
I
good?
remember when this came out,
Yeah.
we were kind of like making fun of it because it was...
it looks kind of stupid, not gonna lie.
Well, and it was Violet Swallowtail or whatever. It was good.
Really?
Okay, it was good.
Okay.
It's like, I think it was also set in London. What's
What
up
is
with
it
me
with
and
your
the British
London?
books lately? But it's like old-timey and dragons. So it's kind of Divine Rivals meets Fourth Wing.
Oh.
You know, they're at, I don't think it's a college, but there's a bunch of people of the same age meeting together, and there's a boss. I don't remember what it was. I've read like 4 books since then. But I was very impressed with it. They don't have their own dragons. The dragons are like a separate species. And she's a linguist.
Oh.
So she learns different languages, and she's learning all of the different languages and dialects of the different dragons.
Whoa.
And learning how to communicate with the dragons. But then they ban the, like, speaking to dragons. They're like, you can only speak in English.
So what, like, rar, 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 instead
Well,
of rar, rar, rar.
One of
Like,
them
what?
is they speak through echolocation.
What? She can echolocate?
Maybe. Maybe. But it was pretty cool. I listened to it on audio, and I think you'd probably like it better that way.
Yeah.
But
That
it was
I
a
feel
pretty
like
wild ride.
Comparing it to Divine Rival / Fourth Wing, like, makes that jump up my list like
Yeah.
a lot, because
Yeah.
that sounds like an amazing, like,
I had a good
mix.
time.
Yeah.
So, and in the beginning, it's kind of a slow burn, but I feel like Divine Rivals was also a little bit of
it
slow.
was a slow burn until, like,
But-
I think it was even more than halfway through to where it started picking up.
Yeah. But then I, like, was like, oh, like, I'm ready to listen to this. You know, I'm not bored out of my mind.
Yeah,
But
no kidding.
I
That's
recommend. So,
Cool. Well, a few recently read for me. The first one is The Romance Rivalry by Susan Lee. I think it was a really cute concept for a book. Basically, there's like the MMC and the FMC. They're both book bloggers, and they basically meet at a college, blah, blah, blah. They challenge each other to, like, a competition based on who can fall in love the fastest using tropes. And so then they have, like, enemies to lovers tropes, rivals to lovers, meet cutes, like, all that kind of stuff. And they basically get points towards, like, their total of who's the best book blogger if they can, you know, fall in love with tropes. It's an interesting concept, very infantile for, like, especially for college kids. I felt like it was more like a high school level kind of stupid stunt, you know? But there were several cute moments. Basically, at the end, like, the MMC and the FMC fought for each other. And it was basically through tropes that they fell in love with each other.
Right.
Because, like, they were rivals to lovers because they were separate, like, book bloggers. And they were, they had a meet cute. And they had, like, a... You know, basically all of those kind of things. And so it was really cute. The end, though, was a little cringy because he wrote, like, this novel, and everyone
course.
expected, like, this novel. Like, they were like, this novel is so good. It read a chapter of the novel in the book. And to tell you it was, like, one of the most cringy things I've ever heard would be an understatement. Like, I was turning red listening to this. I was like, I hope no one catches me dead listening to something like this. It just
in your car,
literally
hope you don't crash right.
Yes, it was gonna be like a 4 out of 5 for me, and then the ending completely moved it down to a 3 out of 5 because of that. It was just so cringy. If you've read it, you know.
So you're telling me to read up into the last chapter.
Basically.
Don't read the epilogue.
Basically, don't read that. Don't read it at all. Yeah. It was basically like 13-year-old Wattpad
in college?
trash. In college. I know. It was definitely Wattpad and
weird.
Yeah.
See, I would expect that from like a middle grade or like a high school.
I would have been fine if that was like freshman, sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more believable.
It would make more sense.
But she was like, I am dead set on falling in love this year. And she's like, I'm going to make it happen. And then,
okay, girl.
How, like, juvenile can you be? And I understand it's a YA, but like,
do it.
bro. There are YAs that are a lot more mature than that one. So.
Yeah.
And then another book I read this year, which I freaking absolutely loved, was Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter.
It's on my list. It's Painter.
Painter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this book was freaking adorable. And there was also a lot of tropes in it, but it was done in a very tasteful way. Mind you, they were also still in high school. They were seniors in high school. So I don't know if it's appropriately aged, it makes me, like, even if it's like a little less mature, if it makes sense for their age, then I'm down for it, you know?
Right.
Even as being an adult, if I'm reading it, like, I'm not going to judge them based on them being, like, 16, you know? But this one was really cute. The FMC was this very unique girl who was basically in love with love and loved all the old romantic movies. And there's a deeper reason behind why she loved all these. So it wasn't just like super superficial, you know? And she absolutely like loved stuff like that. And then she basically has her the MMC, who's her like arch nemesis. They've classic like boy next door, childhood friends, like literally tropes again, but done in a tasteful way. And the MMC was absolutely adorable. He fell first, has loved her since he was a child, and just basically them like finding out that, well, it was her really finding out that he maybe wasn't as bad as she thought he was. And it took a guy coming into town that she thought she was gonna like basically fall in love with and get married with.
First boyfriend.
Yeah. to for her to realize that maybe she did like him a little bit. It was absolutely adorable. Hard eyes, like, yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about Lynn Painter.
I need to read more of hers. I did technically start her second one in the series. Nothing but the movie? I don't even know. Something movies. It's basically like a sequel on this one after like they're in college for a little while. But I haven't read it enough to really know. Officially started. Exactly. So yeah, that one was 5 out of 5 stars for me. Completely. I was smitten, giggling in my pillow. Like, I felt like a teenager again.
Kicking your feet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had some sense of joy before this next segment here.
Yeah.
So, if you were here last video, we did a little book swap. Vampire Werewolf book, that was totally on accident.
Not even on the list at all.
So now we're gonna roast. I feel like we need to preface by saying we still have to be friends after this.
We're still gonna be friends, co-workers. It's okay.
It's fine. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. It's not for everybody. If you love either one of these books, don't come for us. Okay,
please don't. It's just our opinion. It's just my opinion.
Ooh yeah, put the cat lady.
That. That's my opinion.
No, that was a different one. You know, of the cat where he's like.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so funny.
So,
are you going first?
Natalie, no, you can go first. But Natalie read Twilight, and then I read Bride.
Okay. Make me
Lydia,
go first. I'm scared.
Insert pictures here. Thanks.
Thanks, Lydia. Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna get trashed more because this is like a nostalgic fan favorite. And there's a cult following for Twilight. But I just want to preface by saying I'm not the target audience for this book. So, no hate to the 12-year-olds or the millennials that rave about this dumpster fire of a book. Okay, I'm sorry. First of all, forks. I know what you're going to say, Natalie, it's a real town, but there are cities and towns in the United States with other insane names, like Dinosaur, Concrete, Why Not? Like, these are all actual towns. Does that mean that a book needs to take place in them? No. No. And why are we picking Forks for an angsty vampire romance? You know, I would have thought, like, maybe somewhere in California. Is Hotel Transylvania technically in California? I don't know where they put that. It's not a real town, but it's in one of the states. Don't quote me on that. Bella is not a girl's girl.
No, she
not. Sucks. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bella.
She does.
But she, like, comes to town and she's like, I want to be cool and I want everyone to love me. And so she, like, kind of sort of make friends with women, with girls. And then she doesn't do anything with them. You know, they're like, hey, Bella, you want to come hang out? And she's like, no.
You suck.
Are you kidding me? Why would I hang out with you? Like, girl, that's the definition of a friend. Hanging out. Eating lunch together. Whatever. And she's just like, no. Okay. And then the cringe dialogue. Okay. I know some of y'all just ate that up. Okay. There was a line in there. Don't quote me on it. It's somewhere, but it's like, oh, I love the dark because, like, that's whenever the stars shine.
Without the dark, we wouldn't have the stars.
Really? I know that's on half y'all's forearms. I do. Okay, I know it's in the Twilight font, like right here. Yeah, I know. I see it right now with my lookers, okay? I'm gonna read you a line, okay?
Okay.
Completely stolen out of the book.
Whose line is it?
Oh, you'll know. What's your favorite color today? He was still solemn. Probably brown. I tended to dress according to my mood. He snorted, dropping his serious expression. Brown? He asked skeptically. Sure. Brown is warm. I miss brown. Everything that's supposed to be brown. Tree trunks. Rocks. Dirt. It's all covered up with squashy green stuff here. First and foremost, this is one of the most awkward interactions that I think I've seen take place in the history of mankind. Second, she's from Arizona, okay? Arizona is like clay dirt, red dirt, like the red rocks or orangey yellow tones, not brown. I would not classify anything in Arizona as brown.
No.
It's either red clay or asphalt. And she's in Phoenix. Phoenix is like concrete city.
Yeah.
Also, she's like a World Times best-selling author, and the best she could give me for description is squashy green stuff. That's all you got? Like, there's not any better descriptors for that? Squashy green stuff. Point blank, second quote. The khaki skirt scene.
Oh my gosh. The
Lydia,
khaki skirt.
I need you, after I read this quote, to enter a photo of the khaki skirt edit, okay? I ended up in my only skirt, long, khaki colored. I guess technically it's only khaki colored, but still casual. I put on the dark blue blouse he'd once complimented. A quick glance in the mirror told me my hair was entirely impossible, so I pulled it back into a ponytail. Okay, I bounced down the stairs. I'm decent. He was waiting at the foot of the stairs, closer than I thought, and I bounced right into him. He studied me, holding me a careful distance away for a few seconds before suddenly pulling me closer. Wrong again, he murmured in my ear. You are utterly indecent. No one should look that tempting. It's not fair.
Dang, the way you read it makes me like reevaluate everything.
So we are in of long khaki colored dress and a dark blue blouse, and we are indecent, okay? I'm thinking long blue button up, like wear it to church, and then like floor length khaki brown dress, and he's like, oh, utterly indecent. And like, you're gonna go that far, you know? Like maybe if her shoulders were showing or something, you could be like, girl, like put a shirt on under or something. But like
White shirt.
Utterly indecent. That is strong. Okay, that's like she's coming down in like, you know, her shorty short dress and her spaghetti straps. Like, girl is in a khaki skirt. Okay. Moving right along. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I like the night without the dark. We'd never see the stars.
Yes.
Tattoos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gracie. I was jumping ahead of myself. I had it in writing. Next up, Edward. Okay, I'm sorry if your name's Edward. I know someone with the middle name Edward. He'll never watch this. He doesn't read. How are you supposed to make me fall in love with an Edward?
Edward.
Like,
I just see Squidward.
Edward.
Oh, my Edward.
My boyfriend Edward. Imagine Bella going and talking to her non-existent friends because she sucks. Just be like, my boyfriend Edward. Like, and I looked it up, and it was like number 9 on the most popular baby name list of 1901.
Yeah, well.
When Edward was born.
Yeah.
But come on, Stephanie, give me something better. Again, number 1 New York Times bestselling author. But I could say the same about Bella.
Yeah.
That's a dog name. Okay, be for real.
I know Bella's.
Sorry, Bellas. I'm sorry. Isabella is different.
Okay,
But
yeah,
like,
that's true. Isabella.
If you're Isabella and you go by like Issa,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bella, no. No. He's possessive
Yeah. Hey,
and like not in the good way.
but you haven't read until Eclipse. He gets a lot better in Eclipse. He learns.
he?
Yes, he learns a lot. I know you're not
Listen,
going to keep reading.
If someone was
but
chasing after me, I'd be like, back up, bro. He's probably borderline abusive. Unconfirmed. There was a scene, I don't remember where it was, but she like was gonna go tell her dad that she needed to leave for Phoenix right away.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, he's chill about it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you're a cop. Are the red flags not red flagging to you?
Yeah, but she uses his like worst enemy against him. Don't you remember? Because she says, "I'm gonna get stuck here like my mom,"
but
and then he's just like frozen. He's like frozen in time. It's like, what just happened?
Fine, just leave tonight. Pack up all your things and go.
I'm gonna let my 18-year-old daughter just leave. Well, 17.
But even after she left, you would think that he would have been like, "Wait a dang minute, this is fishy."
Yeah.
A police officer.
Police officers.
It was just awkward, cringe, a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But to each their own. Okay, I know that I'm the minority here, so I can't really dog on it too bad because I'm the odd man out.
Yeah, and
that's
didn't read it
okay.
as a kid. If you read it as a kid, you probably would still like it. Maybe.
See, I never went through a vampire phase when I was younger. I was just like so uninterested because I read boy books as a kid, like Maze Runner. That was my thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like a huge romance reader as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, but I could kind of see where it comes from.
What was your star rating for that?
I gave it 2.5.
Okay. That was generous for your review.
I was gonna give it a 2. But I felt like, again, being the odd man out, I need to give it a little bit of credit.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like wasn't it one of Stephanie Meyer's? I think it was her first book.
I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was her first novel.
Yeah.
And her first series.
And to be fair, they do get better the more you get into them. Twilight is definitely a rough... I feel like it's like a rough draft. I mean, it will always be my favorite one because it's the first one.
Yeah.
Eclipse is a close second for me, or close first, but you know.
See, and like, that's a fair argument, but whenever you have the Hunger Games, where it's like book 1 is excellent.
Book 1 is like the best one.
And, you know, ACOTAR, you gotta push through the first one to get to the second.
Yeah.
So I get it, and I understand that using that of you just got to get to the first one.
But yeah, I mean,
I
you
just don't
got to
think
get
it's
through the
for me.
first one, but then you also got to get through the second one to get to the third and fourth. So
See,
yeah.
and for me, once you have to go through like 2 books, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah, I get it totally.
I draw the line of, well, you just
where
got to
it
get
was
through the
for-
3rd book.
For Crescent City for you too.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
same
like-
thing. It's like, no,
I'm not
doing
reading 1,200 pages to have 800 pages of good.
that. Yeah.
Not
Plus,
worth
it's also
it.
not going to be the full 800 pages. You know that as a SJ Mass book. Like,
Yeah, I just read the Spark
it's
Notes.
like 200 pages of pure bliss
Yeah.
and 600 of pure drudgery.
Yep. I read the Spark Notes on that, and I still don't regret it.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
they were like, oh, you have to read all these before you read Crescent City, because they all like together.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out how and where, and I was like,
There we go.
that was good enough for me.
That's good. Yeah. That's so funny. Well, speaking of dumpster fires, let's get started on my review
I'm
for
scared.
Bride. Yes, she's read all of this before, but you know.
I've raved about it on here.
Yeah, yeah. So, there were many like bad things in this book, but let's start with the good things. Okay? Good things. The FMC. Misery. Yes, that's actually her name. She was pretty funny. She was like funny in like a cute, awkward, like slightly hilarious way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really enjoyed her, like her banter or her inner
Mm-hmm.
monologue, and she was actually like communicated well throughout the whole book. Like, she wasn't one of those people that is gonna let a conversation fester. She's like straight to your face, like, what the heck is wrong?
What's
like,
up?
tell me to my face.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy people like that. I enjoyed a main character like that for once. Well, but she was the only one who communicated throughout the entire book, especially her male counterpart. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the bad things yet. So, good things? Yeah, that's literally it. That's it. No other good things. Now let's get into the bad things. So, I don't want to judge this book too harshly, just kind of like Natalie. This is Allie Hazelwood's debut into fantasy. So I'm not going to be, actually, I am going to be a little hard on her, but my prognosis is I do think she should stick to romance. I think she's really good, and there is romance in this one, but just contemporary romance. Like, I think she's really good at that when she doesn't have to describe anything else except for the romance, because we're in the contemporary world and we know stuff about the
everything.
contemporary world.
Yeah.
But when you add like paranormal and world building, I think it was a very poor execution in my perspective. To me, it was giving like very much, again, Wattpad, made in 2013, especially with a name like Misery, and the cover, I think, was giving really Dollar Tree Twilight. But she's like, Twilight's just apples. An
It's
apple
just
in
a
a hand.
hand and
But
apples.
it's like, it's photography.
I
It's
love
not
the
like
cover.
sketched.
Okay,
No, I thought it
love
looked
the cover.
so
That-
cringy.
If you have like the actual cover, it's like holographic. So some things on the page kind of, you know, I enjoy the cover, but
Yeah.
I was the target audience for this.
Yeah, totally. This is definitely like giving Twilight, but for like adults, but like
Who
poor
missed
execution. Who missed Twilight, and then they're going to be like, oh, this isn't Twilight at all. Yeah, that really is. But let's get on to the plot / the resolution. I felt like the whole book was such a drag the whole time. It was like for 27 chapters, nothing happens, and then the last 2 chapters, everything happens all at once.
Surge and act.
Yeah, like everything happens. It's like I was having to like drudge through this book to get through it. And then all of a sudden everything happens in 2 chapters, and I'm like, I don't understand what the heck happened. The rushed explanation of how her father was basically behind like everything seemed to go on for hours, though, even though it was 2 chapters. Like, I don't feel like all of that really fit his character profile at all, because he was like antagonistic, but he was a behind the scenes like puppet master, like pulling the strings, and then all of a sudden like everything just comes out, and he did some stupid moves that I'm like, he wouldn't do that. Doesn't fit his character description. But I think the rushed ending, I personally think like she and her editor had a conversation of where the editor was like, hey babe, you forgot to like explain literally anything. And she, instead of rewriting it, was like, oh, I'm just gonna add a chapter at the end to explain everything. All of the plot holes that I missed, which she didn't get all of them, but she crammed too much at the end, like in that chapter. And I don't think the ending was believable personally. But let's go on to world building. What world building? I don't even remember a description of a single place we went to, of a single person.
She lived in the human world, though.
Yes, but no, of the new place with the wares. There wasn't even a single description of the building we were in. Were we in a castle? Were we in a Motel 6? Were we in a Taco Bell parking lot? Like,
Taco
give
Bell
me
doesn't
something.
have rooms.
Who knows? I have no idea. Also, like, the werewolves and the vampires, they don't even know their own history. How am I supposed to remember their history if they don't remember it? Like, oh, what war? Oh, this war that happened. Oh, we call it this. Well, we call it blah, blah, blah. Let's, come on. And also, like, with new territory, like paranormal creatures, a unique political climate, interspecies romance, how can you leave any of that up to the imagination? Like, we need more explanation. World building, I just didn't think it was there. But now moving on to the MMC, also known as Home Depot, Low. He was just, like, plain toast. Like, not even, like, wheat bread toast. He was plain white bread, no butter, toasted bread.
I do like me some plain toast sometimes.
He had no character, and guess what? He was basically Edward, but in Jacob packaging. Like, he
was an artist.
He was broody. He lies for her protection. He's self-sacrificing. He's a terrible communicator.
That's true.
All seen in Twilight. I'm getting Twilight deja vu of the bad things of Twilight, okay? So all the critiques that Natalie just gave for Twilight can be applied for Bride. Like, all of them. So,
we read the same book, actually.
We did, basically. Also, buzz cut, gross. I'm not here for the buzz cut. I'm not here for a buzz cut. No guy looks better with a buzz cut. Absolutely not.
I don't know. President Snow kind of pulled it off.
We will not discuss said person on this podcast ever again. Podcast, YouTube video. No. Let's get on to the characters, aka very unmemorable characters. Her best friend, who? Who is she?
She was missing.
What's her name?
Serena.
Okay, well, you remember, I don't. His closest friend, who? The guy who betrayed him at the end. Who? I literally didn't even remember who that guy was. So he's like, oh, it's so terrible. Betrayal. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, don't even remember anything. And I listened. I did. I read.
Who are you?
Who are you? I can't envision a single character. You know why? Because she never described them. Not even once did she describe who any of them looked like. Guess what? The whole time, yeah, very well, his wolf form. Guess what? Misery, she didn't have black hair. No, she had what, like brown hair? Found that out at the end.
It was like a lighter.
Like lighter? Yeah, no, the whole time I was envisioning her with black hair. You know why? Because I was never corrected. Like, that physical description never came except for her pointy hangs and her violet eyes. That's it.
See, I was okay with that, though, because I was not imagining Lo at all with a buzz cut. Therefore, if she had kept bringing that up, I would have been like, don't talk about it. Don't disgusting. Talk about it.
Yeah. But, like, even one. Like, Mick, who? Serena? What does she look like? Like, how? Like, I can't... I wasn't invested in anybody because I didn't remember what they even looked like. So if they're not important enough to describe, why should I remember them? That's my perspective.
That's fair.
Also, the mates. Okay, the my mate scene. You know what I'm talking about.
That's the whole point of the book.
No. You're not. No.
It's
the my mate at the end.
Yeah.
The my mate. Remember that?
So it's okay if it's an Accutar, but it's not okay whenever it's Allie Hazelwood.
She's Sarah J. Maas.
It's okay when Reese Sand is all, oh, you're my mate.
Recently
Like,
did it tastefully.
Really?
Low. Home Depot did not do it tastefully at
No.
all. We've talked about this before, and I'll say it
I
again,
was
but the
there.
whole mate thing was so overdone. Like, I'm so done with mates. The mate
Yeah.
trope is on life support, and I'm gonna pull the plug. I'm gonna pull it because it's time.
This
It's
was
time.
in my mate era. Like, whenever I was
Yeah.
reading the Fated
Okay,
Mates.
I can see it.
It's been like a year since I've
But
read
then
it.
we got
But
like
yeah.
Akatar, and then
Yeah.
we had Quicksilver,
Yes.
and then we had
We need a checklist of all of
the mate tropes.
the mate books that we've read in the last.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then we had Throne of Glass, and then we had like all of these things.
Yeah.
That's just so many mates. And so I'm not gonna dog on her for specifically putting the mates in there because like I don't think you can dog on somebody for that specifically.
trying to get a check.
Just because I've read a lot of books with mates doesn't mean I can dog on her for that.
Right.
You know? Like that's okay for her to use it, but I don't want to read another mate book.
Get that bag.
Every
Allie.
mate book that I get from now on, 2 stars, like,
Yeah.
slashed from the review.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but in my head, I wouldn't actually do that to an author because
Yeah.
that's kind of rude.
I
But-
think her problem is she's only ever written romance, and the whole side plot of her trying to find her missing friend was like a mystery
yeah, but
side
it
plot, but it wasn't executed well.
executed well. It was supposed to be
And
a thriller
also,
mystery.
she typically writes college romance.
Yeah.
And so now that she has full-grown adults in, you know, she's using the same, like, things for an adult romance
Yeah.
as she would for a college.
Totally.
So it makes it seem a
can
little
see it.
juvenile.
Yeah, and she's like, I think 27, and Lo's like in his 30s at
Mm-hmm.
that point. So yeah, no, but I do get it. Like she didn't get that much time to really mature because let's be real, absent father was stuck in the human world as the whatever
For a
thing.
decade, yeah.
Yeah. So, but
She doesn't
I guess
understand.
like all that said, I gave this book 2 stars. 1 for me for reading it. 1 for Misery, the character, but everything else in this book was absolute
3
misery.
for the misery that you had to go through.
Yeah, literally. No, I'm not giving it more stars than that. But everything else was absolute misery to read. So yeah.
I read it every year, and I'm happy with that. And I will read it again. I will probably read it again this month because the second book comes out
Oh yeah.
next month.
Yeah, we will be getting it soon.
I will provide for you, Allie. Okay, if you keep writing these books, you will get a check. It will be from me. If
Honestly,
Allie
though-
Hazelwood has no fans, it's because I'm dead. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for listening to us yap.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us what you're reading in the comments. See you in the next chapter. Perfect.